Hey everybody, this is Larry. This is me over Q4 of the Bi-Weekly Contest 129. Find all possible stable binary arrays 2. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord, let me know what you think about this one. So this one, I want to say, make sure you watch my Q3 video because they have the same problem. And while there is and I'll go over very briefly another way of doing this, the way that I did it actually is just an optimization on Q3. So having a good understanding of Q3 will, well, they're the same problem. So having a good understanding obviously helps. So yeah. So the idea that I have is this one, right? We already, like I said in that video, explained this one. So if you already understand this, that's great. If not, then you have this. So the idea here is that now that I visualized it out this way, and I actually got this immediately during the contest, and if you watch the live portion, maybe it'll come out. But I knew how to do it immediately. But I kind of took my time on it and took a while for reasons that I'll go over in a sec. But the first thing that I did is that I converted this to bottoms up. And I do have a bottoms up video, and basically it's going to be mostly the same. This is a little bit of a spoiler alert. But let's just say that ignore all the prefix sum stuff, and you can see that I still even have the for loop here. And the reason why I did it this way, and if you watch the video, I did it very deliberately, is because I actually submitted it with these for loops to make sure that my bottom up was correct first, right? And I submitted on Q3 so that I don't get any penalty. Right, so I submitted on Q3 just to make sure it works, and then I did the prefix sum, as you can kind of hint, right? So the idea behind the prefix sum is that, let's say, so basically I'm just converting this for loop to these things, right? And this is a Q4. You should, if you have any hopes of solving this particular Q4 anyway, but in general, prefix sum is very important, so you should have a very good grasp of it. Even if you can't always convert everything, you should always have a good grasp of it. But yeah. But basically, after I did the conversion and you could ignore the prefix sum stuff, but I have this for loop, and immediately I noticed that what is this? What does this mean, right? This means that I'm summing it. This line. What does this mean? This means that I'm summing it from, like, if you expand it out. This is just, maybe that's a lot to write, right? I goes from 1, right? So this is equal to this, plus this, dot, right? And once you wait, I should not dot all of it. It's this plus 0 minus, say, limit, right? Of course, this can also be 0, obviously, it's like 0 minus z, or z minus z, but that's basically the formula. And here is where and if you kind of notice this, then I immediately saw that it was prefix sum, because then now, let's say we sum up, and there is a better way to write this, and I'm not that experienced in it, or I just haven't had a lot of practice in a long time with these kind of things. So other people have a much cleaner way of writing it. But I think the way that I wrote it is in this code is easier to understand, right? So again, with this code, I assume that you have a good grasp of dynamic programming as well, because this is a 7-pointer, it's pretty hard. And I just converted from the same function to this function to bottoms up, right? I wish I kind of had a snapshot of that, but I mean, it's fine. Like, I was trying to solve the problem and I didn't know that I could finish it in time, right? So yeah. But basically, yeah, everything is the same except for without these prefix things, and yeah. And so basically, if you unroll this loop, this is what it looks like, right? And of course, if you, let's just ignore these things for a second, because everything is the same, kind of. Then now, and I just want to do that so that it fits in the same line. But here, then now you can notice that this is going to take O of 200 times, or, well, I guess in this problem is 1,000, sorry. So O of limit times, right? Because, we go from 1 to limit. So then my question is how to do it in O1, and I already spoiled it like many times before as prefix sum. We call it that. If you have strong idea of prefix sum, then you already know where I'm going. But let's say that we have a prefix sum that goes from z. Let's define prefix sum of z is equal to, z minus 1 is equal to dp of z minus 1 plus dp of z minus 2 plus dot dot dot, right? So let's say that's our prefix sum, right? Let's actually put in comment so that is in a different color so it's less confusing with the other real code, right? So all the way plus dp of 0, right? So then now, and another way to write this, of course, is just that this is dp. This is, you can also rewrite this as, it doesn't really matter, but this, I mean, it matters in the sense that it lets you calculate this later on, right? So I just wanted to kind of point it out, though it's not important for the proof. But yeah, but then now you have this, then now if we want to get this from this, then now it just means that we also get prefix of z minus limit minus 1. Oops. Right, so then now you have this, right? So then now dp of z is just equal to prefix of z minus 1 minus prefix of z minus limit minus 1, right? Because then now if you kind of look at this, and I kind of skipped a few, but you can write z minus limit plus dp of z minus limit minus minus 1, right? I'm going to push it up a little bit to have more space. But if you kind of line them up, right? If you line them up, then now you can see that all this stuff at the this dot 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 here. But you get the idea. All this stuff at the end, they cancel out on the subtraction, and you just get this thing, which is exactly what you want. And that's basically the idea. So that's basically the idea, is that now you have this prefix sum, and with that idea, because as soon as I just saw this for loop, I wanted to submit for Q3 first, just so that I get a right answer, so that I could test against it. And then I also, if you watch the live portion, you'll see me keep on going back to Q3 to submit it, and making sure that I get this right one step at a time. And yeah, and now that I eliminated that loop by doing this, and that's just, counting different strings, that's basically the idea. And then the only other hard part is to set up the prefix sum. And there are, just to be clear, there are much cleaner ways of doing this. But the way that I did it, because I didn't want to prove anything, is that I have a prefix sum of, I have a prefix for the z changing. I don't know if it's necessary, to be honest, to do it this way, but that's the way I did it. I did one prefix and a prefix of 0 for the O changing, so that you can kind of, and this is how I calculate it, and you can kind of just think about it as, the way that I think about it is that now I kind of mentally subtract these from the thing, so that you can kind of keep it one dimensional, right? So here, like we ignore the Z and the L because none of it changes. We only calculate the O of one, the one change, and that's pretty much it. That's the whole thing. And yeah, the only issue with this is that I don't know why, but at least in Python, it still gives me time limit exceeded. So I converted to C++. It gives me a wrong answer because I did mod in a silly way. The reason is, the reason is this gives a negative number, and if you mod it, it gives you a negative number, which I was silly about. But yeah, I converted to Java, and Java is fast enough apparently. Java took doesn't say. Java is less than a second, even though the C++ is time limited for some reason. And like I said, I could have made it a little bit faster by doing it slightly whatever, but it's just, I don't know. I blame it on Leetcode. It's just unnecessary. But yeah, let's just look at the code from start to beginning. So I have a DP array. We convert it from bottoms up. I have the prefix sum for both the Z dimension and the one dimension, O dimension, and these are just for loops. It's converting, and the reason why I have this line here maybe is silly. It's definitely a little bit silly. I guess I do an extra million operations, but it's so that I can set up the base case this way. So that is, I guess I could have just done. I guess I could have wrote this more cleanly, but I don't know. I wasn't. I was just trying to get it out. So maybe there are a couple of things that I could have optimized because this isn't 3 operations. But yeah. But now we have 0, L, and this is the base case for both the DP and the prefix sum. I think this is just 1 because 0 and O are 1. And keeping in mind that I do a +1 on the prefix, so that's more straightforward. And then here, this code is literally the same as this code, right? If L is not 0, we get the bounds, and then we just kind of convert this for loop, which is same as the other code, to this. We do the same thing for the last digit as you go to 1, and then we just update the prefix sum totals, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna try to make it smaller, see if it fits everything. Maybe not, but okay. Here's the top then, and here's the bottom with the prefix sum. And yeah, that's all I have for this one for how I did it, and this is the Java solution. I asked ChatGPT to convert it, so it is exactly the same. Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad it worked, to be honest, but still gonna lose rating. But yeah, and one more solution that I wanted to kind of go over really quickly is BetSims. I don't know if other people did it this way. I mean, maybe. But he basically thought about it as a combinatorial problem with inclusion-exclusion. The idea is that this is, you think about it as a what's it called? Bars and stars or something? The bars and stars combinatorial solution. And the idea here is that to get out of having streaks, or to get out to limit the streaks, you basically do the inclusion on, okay, how many times is there to have a streak of length, in this case k, yeah, and then kind of add them and then subtract them along the way. And yeah, I think that should be, I mean, I don't want to go too deeply into this. I think he goes over on his stream as well, so definitely follow BetSim on his stream. It is let me find a link. Yeah, okay, I'm trying very hard to steal his info, but it's fine. But yeah, check out his Twitch stream, and he'll probably go over it at some point, but or maybe already did, so my apologies. But yeah, this is in C++, and that's kind of, you know, this is choosing the number of ways to do streaks in a row with bars and bars, because you can think about it that way. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. I mean, I could come up with this, but I don't think I'm going to do it justice. So, but I just want to bring it to your attention in case you're curious. And yeah, that's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think. Yeah, you could watch the rest of how I solved this, and I think the beginning anyway, the live portion of this, which is coming up next, I think I actually do recommend watching it a little bit, because you can see how I converted from this solution to this solution. So I think that's, you know, like if you struggle with converting from top down to bottoms up, and then seeing the prefix sum and seeing how I did it, and I had some bugs along the way, but the idea I think is pretty good. And I will also say that in case people are wondering, like, I did recognize this as prefix sum, but I don't know that I've done it before, because if I've done it before, I did it the other way that people did it, which is yeah, I'm not gonna go over it, but yeah. That's all I have for this one. Let me know what you think. Everything is from, the way that I did it is from first principle, which is why it's a little bit slower, a little bit uglier. But I don't know. But I think it's easier to understand because you can see how I try to understand it. Anyway, that's all I have for now. You can watch me solve it live during the contest. Next. That's still hard though. Okay. I can't believe this is faster than the streak one. I think, I mean, maybe it's just some constant kind of way, but... Alright, well... And now I have to kind of do it here on the 1000, right? Can I reduce any of this? Let me take a look at it. Can I reduce the last? Maybe, but I don't know. Basically, this is some. If I write this bottoms up, then I can do this as like prefix sum, right? Maybe. Let's convert this to bottoms up. I'm lazy. Let's ask ChatGPT. I always say please to ChatGPT. Let me know in the comments if you also do it. Also, of course, I should actually test here on Q3 because it's stupid to do it any otherwise. Is this right? Now I can get a free test on whether this is right. And this is very wrong. Why? Why is this wrong? Why is ChatGPT so bad at this? I thought it used to be pretty okay. Wait, there's another one. I don't know why it gave me 2 cases, but still. Alright, well now it's just giving me 0. ChatGPT is kind of useless, it seems like, but okay, fine. Right, so that's what you're gonna do. Alright. I think this is not right, but that's maybe fine. What we want is, what was my original thing? Intro code, we kick it off by 0, 1, right? I guess the -1 may fool it off, but I think it's actually whatever. Okay, I mean, I think I have some idea. I don't know if this is enough of an idea, but yeah. So then now it should kick off at, what was my old code? I started off 0 and 1, right? 0 and 1. So this is just weird in general. No, bottoms up is fine, I think. Where's my code? Is this one? I'm gonna do a fake bottoms up. How do I do this? I mean, I should be able to do this, but it's just very silly. Okay. Fin cloud focus. No, this is a very awkward one, for sure. All right, focus, focus, focus. Okay, and then the base case is for 0 and 1. Okay, fine. Right. What am I doing? If L is equal to 2, and this is a very weird way to write this, but nonetheless. Okay, fine. Right. And then now you have dp of 0. I mean, it's only 4. Okay, fine. Right. And then now we want to okay. Making sure this is Q3, medium, okay. Looks good. Let's give a submit. Just to make sure that this is still working. Let's actually take a look at my submissions. Okay, still working. 4 seconds, that's fine maybe. Now I have to do Q4, which apparently 36 people have, and I have some time to do it. What I do is just to kind of sum this up. Ooh, oops. In a fast way, right? So how do I do that? So Z doesn't change for a 1. right? So we wanted to prefix sum. Prefix sum. Okay, and then maybe something like prefix the 2 dimensions, right? So that is a little bit awkward. Okay, so the 2 prefix sums, one on the might go to a 2-dimensional one, but that's just awkward. So okay, so I mean that means that C will contribute to prefix sub. Oh. Okay, let's just do 1 dimension and then we'll figure it out, right? Maybe. Oops. If C minus 1 is greater than 0. Okay. Still working, maybe, hopefully. Okay, I actually don't know the answer, so oh well. Okay, then now we want to remove this per se. Well, we actually have to convert this to mod. And then now we want to say now we need this to be okay, and then now we want to say from Z minus I, where I is well, it goes up to limit, right? So okay, so that means that you have C minus min of limit, or Z. Is it min or max? No, it's min. Or and high is just C. Well, C minus 1, I suppose. So then that means that this is high plus 1 whole of 0 minus prefix of low inclusive of 0, something like that, right? Right, I mean it's wrong, but is it that wrong? I don't know. Well, high. So this could be limit cannot be 0. Z could be 0 though. Just in case. Ooh, I mean it's wrong, but it's closer. Is that a good idea? I don't know. And I think this is the right idea, but I don't know if I can execute in time. Because I'm off by a bit here. Oh, and yeah, okay. Z minus 1. I get 1 on this, so that means that alright, let's just take a look at here first. We get 1, right? We can also print dp. Okay, this is kind of hard to read. So too many dimensions to debug, but okay. Right. Alright, let's just say we have this thing, right? I have to mod, but that's fine. Okay, so that means that these are, this is return 1 and this is returning 0. 0 and 1 as well, so that's not great, right? So this is, so it's going to 0, and then now we high-low inclusive. So 0 to 0, but which here maybe is okay, but here it's also maybe okay. I don't know if I'm okay. But it is definitely not adding enough. Why is that? So we want to go from 0 to 0. So then now we want to, okay. And but 0 to 0 is same amount of ones. Oh, let's see. Zero to go from 0 to 0. I guess this is relatively right, actually. There should be 0, but I'm returning 1. So that's wrong because of this thing. Okay. Okay, so this is right, but this is now wrong. And is it a prefixing? So okay, 1, we want to go from 0 to 0, which inclusively, okay, that's right. Then it's 1 and 0, so that means that we want 0, 0, 0. 1 and 0 inclusive, so then now this is 1. So high should not be. Maybe I need this. I don't know. No, that's not right. Basically, we want this to be 1, and this is minus from 1 minus 0 to get 1. No, 1 minus 0 is to get a 0, but the prefix of will always be 0. The way that I set it up. Maybe I need to do this. Maybe I just did it wrong. off by ones are tough. Okay, maybe not. I can't believe I am messing up on the prefix some part. Okay. Prefix. Okay, let's print out the prefix. COL. Line 24. C1. Oh. So we want 0, 1, 0. This need. How does this work? Am I doing it in the wrong order? One zero zero will suffix. No, you just add 0, 0, 0. And here we want to go. I want to 0, 0, 0, 0, the prefix. Of course it's 0 because we haven't done any. 0, 0, 0 prefix is none. Right? Oh no, it's here. Oh wow, I am dumb. Okay, is that the right answer? I don't know. Too much printing. Okay, well now we have the right idea. Let's remove some printings. And okay, remove the last printing hopefully. I mean, if this is good, then we're good. We can now remove this. Then maybe assert T2 is equal to this thing, right? We can dream, right? And that looks good. And then now we have 200, 200, 200. Let's see if that's good. Oof. Oh, it is wrong in the assertion. Why? Tell me what the numbers are. Okay, well. I was very hopeful. Oh, we got the first 3 right. Alright, let's see. What do we get with this? Is it fast enough? It still gives me the right answer, so why is this different? Okay, so if this is not true, okay. So this, oh, it's because of mod, okay. Okay, so we got this. I'm just testing it out to be a little bit more careful, but we got this, right? Okay, so this looks good, right? So yeah. Okay, so we can remove this. Let's just remove this. Okay, right? It's not. Actually, I guess I could submit it, right? Because this is only Q3. So let's give us a quick submit. See if it's faster, or see if it's correct. And then now that this is correct, we could do it for the other dimension. Checking the time. We have 20 minutes. We could get this. Always save half the time. Ooh, what happened? Q4. Right, let's just reset Q4 so we don't submit it by accident. Okay, so then now we want to do the same thing. Oh man, that was a pretty bad one, but okay, fine. Prefix L. So we want to do it for the not L, O, whoops, which is fine. And then now we can just do, right? Have to mod Larry. Why did I didn't mod this? Actually, that's pretty bad. Actually, that is pretty bad. I don't know how that passed. Oh, I guess because of this loop, we do the modding by accident. Okay, I see. That's actually a coincidence and not a, it's a fortunate accident, but still, right? Okay, so, but instead we want the old version. If I could type it correctly. This is going to be O, 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 right? And now we want the Z to be the same, high +1, Z, low +1. Yeah, and then we have to set this part, right? So, yeah. All right, we got it, boys and gals. Right, I think, yep. Oh, I was like, what am I doing? Something feels off. Okay. Well, something is way off, clearly. What did I change? Oh, what more did I change? Come on, friends. I mean, why would it be 0 though? That's the thing, right? Okay, so this is wrong, but still something. Oh, I guess I should. I mean, it's wrong because I didn't mod, I think. But well, it's also wrong because I have this thing, I suppose. But is it still right? It's still right. So okay, so what is going on here then? Oh, I have a low +1. Okay. Wonder real quick. Okay, that's the wrong answer. Oh, this is on 1. Come on, Larry. Stop copy and pasting. Okay, let's give it a submit. Okay, looks good. Let's give it a Q4 submit. Let's also just run it for 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. If it's too slow, I don't. I'm still gonna submit it because I don't think I can have time for it anyway. Let's give it a submit. Well, okay. So maybe I get time limit exceeded because Leetcode hates Python, but I don't know why this is so slow. Really thought I had it. Alright, I mean I converted to C++ in whatever, but that's actually very disappointing, to be honest. I think this is right. Let's give it a submit. I mean there is some mod stuff. Prefix is supposed to be modded. This is supposed to be modded. This is modded. I mean, I don't know. This is actually very disappointing. I mean, at least it's fast enough, I think, but this is actually very disappointing that Leetcode is pretty stupid about it. Well, okay, because this stuff is yeah, okay, fine. Okay, fine. Thousand, I don't get it. I mean, this is pretty much. I think Leetcode is just being dumb today. That's what is going on, right? Like, how much faster can it be? Like, I don't get it. I mean, there's no hidden cases. It's just it's hard to guess what they want. Yeah, and I don't know that I can optimize this anymore. I mean, I'm just converting to Java just because I think I'm out of ideas, to be honest. But this is a way, but I don't know. Like, they're doing constantly things. I don't get it. Like, on both the last one and this one. Because I would have gotten it much earlier if I didn't have to worry about constant stuff. But... how fast is this? Oh, possible. Right. TP. Okay, fine. I mean, it's fast enough, but like I said, it's kind of stupid. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, join me on Discord. Let me know what you think about this prompt and this contest, the description, everything in between. Stay good, stay healthy, to good mental health. I'll see y'all later and take care. Bye-bye.